Hey y'all, welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans. I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Toolizz for you, TOOLIZZFORYOU.
And I'm CPRED on Ravelry and post as Knitting in Our Jeans on Instagram. And since we are taking the boat out on Wednesday, maybe Thursday, but most likely Wednesday. And
you are taking it out at some point and heading out for a grand adventure.
Yes, probably Wednesday. We've got a few things to do. I've got to buy another 2 of the ginormous bottles of water.
The 5 gallon.
5 gallons.
Uh-huh.
I did get a manual pump. I'm really pleased with that, and it's working quite well.
Good.
So the 5 gallon works a lot better than the 2.5 gallon.
That's good.
The 2.5 gallon is a very thin plastic.
Unwieldy.
And it tends to collapse on itself, whereas the 5 gallon is that big mammoth jug.
It's the office cooler water.
Yes, and it's lovely. It's substantial. So we're going to get 2 more of those, and then 5 1-gallon jugs, so that we can fill up the 1-gallon jugs and bring them back to fill up the 5-gallon jug. Your father thinks we're going to take one of those 5-gallon jugs off the boat and fill it. It's got to be nuts.
If he wants to do it, go for it.
Yeah, he's not going to do it by himself, so no way. Anyway. So there will be more that's a long story about why there's going to be more pictures on Instagram. Because
Did you post something recently? Yesterday or today?
No.
No.
Because I post more when we're on the boat. Anyway.
No, I only said that because multiple people liked a photo, or I guess saw. Maybe people just saw
last
the
week.
Stuff. Yeah.
From last week.
There
wasn't any wind this week either. So we tried twice to put out the jib and got nothing. You know, it's like the story about, the disciples fishing on the wrong side of the boat. So we got nothing. But we may have gotten the refrigerator fixed. Always good.
At least part of it.
Part of it. There's the freezer that he wants to do, but he's out of the red stuff.
Yeah.
So thank goodness. In the next 2 days, we have to do the annual service of the outboard engine for the dinghy. And then I have to gather by the door all the things I want to bring, like my kayak and maybe the little floaty thing. That would be fun. So I need
to go downstairs and grab my paddleboard.
Yes, you do. Absolutely. If you want to have that in the car versus our boat. Yes.
Well, Dad usually doesn't want it on the boat if you're only meeting me for a little time.
Well, that's true. And you probably want it during the week when we're gone anyway.
Yeah.
So, my kayak's going. My bicycle's not, because he's not going to bicycle. And then he says he's not going to walk either. So I guess I'll walk by myself. But I feel safer walking than I do bicycle riding.
By yourself.
By myself, right. So, anyway, long story, we're going to be going sailing.
Good.
Or motoring, which is what we did today.
Yes.
Anyway, I finished.
The reason we're recording is because Mom finished this, finally.
On the other sleeve.
And doesn't want to bring it on the boat to show you all.
Yes. There, flip it over. There we go.
Ta-da!
So my mother's
Cocoon
is done.
Woohoo!
Yes. And I wove it in all the ends. I was very happy to do the 3-needle bind off. It's done. So
yay!
Yes, yay. I thought about other Christmas presents, like the dress I keep talking about making, and I'm not sure whether I want to bring that with me or not. Probably not, because I'm looking over here because I've got the pile of projects over here. I think I have 4 projects already. I can't see that would work. And I don't knit as much on the boat. Let's be real. So I think I'll save that for when I get back. We'll have to get our, a regular gift. Unless I bring yarn to make a sweater for birthday.
It is up to you, Mom.
Sweater for birthday for her, and a sweater for birthday for her brother. Maybe I'll look at some patterns. Maybe not.
I've got yarn I've got to wind up to cast on a sweater for one.
They can be done in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah.
So I'm thinking that I won't do that. I'll wait till I get home when I can look at all this stuff. What do I want to do with all those seeds? They were down on the floor. Oh well. Having a small problem with moths because
Or things that like to eat yarn.
Yes. And I had bought a bag of whatever it was that was recommended and bags to put it in, but never did. So now the next sweater that I cast on, there's some holes in the yarn. I just keep making knots and moving on.
Well, yes.
So we will look around here and we will find it because it hasn't gone very far, I am sure. But it's like most things. When you're looking for it, it hides.
Well, yes.
Yes. This is crazy. It was. I was tripping over it the other day. Oh, well. I don't know. It was over here. Over here. Anyway, if I can't find it, I'll have to put a lot of stuff in plastic bags. Because some of my long-term projects are getting eaten.
Which happens.
It happens.
And it's not, we're not talking an infestation. We're not talking...
Some of this yarn is 15 years old.
Right, but I'm also saying, like, I don't think this is an active issue. I just think it's a...
see any bugs flying around.
So, there are just bugs.
Things that happen.
Yes. So
weird. I thought it was right here on the floor.
Okay.
Oh, well,
I'm working on the second sock, actually the second heel of the second sock of the set that will maybe become Mom's. But they are my Subway socks. And I am also still on clue 1 of the Brioche mode.
Oh.
The last clue was released on Friday. I looked at it. It's going to be lovely.
I bet it's going to be beautiful. Those are my colors.
I know. Who knows? Maybe you'll receive something. But yeah, so working on this. Haven't really gotten very far on it, but you know how those things go. And then...
Well, I should say what I started.
Okay, yes. What did you start on?
I started
on the knot blouse?
Yes, I did.
Knot sleeve blouse?
Yes, this. And this is the one that I've had the yarn for decades.
Yeah. Maybe a decade, but yes.
Maybe longer. Anyway.
I mean, because I have it in my queue as well.
So I'm working, it's from the bottom up, obviously. They wanted a very different twisted rib for the hem. And I said, no, I'm sorry. I've just gotten done with the Cocoon. I am not signing up for another difficult sweater. So I'm doing a plain twisted rib where you twist the knit stitches and just do the purls. And I'm quite happy with it. I've turned the cardigan into a pullover. And I joined my rows appropriately because I didn't twist. So I'm very happy with that. And I will put in stitch markers as on the side so that we know where the front is, which is where this is, because I'll have the two fronts. And then I will put markers in to mark where the side is. I opened my Chow Goose set and found I didn't have any of the cords for the small Chow Goose. So I ordered 2 new cords for the small Chow Goose from the 0 to 7s, I believe. Could be 0 to 6. Anyway, they came today, so I can leave on board the boat with 2 cords. So I'm set there. I'm actually taking 2 sets, the Indian River and the Chow Goo. I've packed the Band-Aids, so if I manage to stick my finger one too many times and actually stick the needle through my finger, I'll be able to put a Band-Aid on it, so that's fine. The boat is looking pretty good. So, you know, we get the outboard engine serviced, and I think that we'll be in good shape. Good. Leave early on Wednesday and get out to Port Jeff, and then out to Clinton, Connecticut, and from there to Dotson's, where they're going to be. Yay. Okay.
So then I only have one other thing that I haven't started yet, but I am thinking on. I am a part of the Lyrical Knits test knit group for a new sweater. Well, I pull up a photo of this sweater. These are pretty. Yeah. So it's this sweater. It's based on the Killer Bee cowl that she did. It's really beautiful. I am thinking about making it short-sleeved. And so what I was thinking is using this Barocco Furia, which is a cotton, viscose, alpaca, nylon, and only 5% wool.
Oh, Ben will like that.
Yeah. And then with this as the contrast color, but this is fully alpaca, I believe.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, it's, yeah, 100% superfine alpaca. I'm mostly just worried about the weight, like the physical weight of it, because of the cotton.
Yeah, it
But
looks like this is a worsted, and that looks like
this
maybe
is a DK. And that's okay.
Do I know my wool or what?
Yeah. And that's fine, because the pattern was knit originally with Yowza and Malabrigo Rios, which are also two different. Reversed, though, the Yowza would have been lighter weight than the Rios, but I'm going to skein these, or make them into cakes, and start on that soon.
I think this is the pop will be lovely.
Yeah.
I really do.
Alright, so I'm going to work on that, or I'm going to swatch it, and then I will start casting on. The test is supposed to have through the arm, or through the yoke by August.
You can do that.
I can do that. I'd like to have it a little bit further along. But yeah, so I'm excited about that, and this is stash yarn. So
that works.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying very hard to use stash.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, other than that, I think that's all we've got. It's a short one today. I mean, we're looking at 11 minutes here.
Oh my gosh. It's really a quick update because with Mom's Sweater, I really wasn't working on anything else. And now, since I'm working on something for myself, I won't feel guilty stopping and picking up my cross stitch that I have in the bag or doing something else.
Three of us, my boyfriend, my mother, and I, all have now acquired the Pokemon games that came out in November, Scarlet and Violet, which now is occupying a bit more of our time than...
They're a lot of fun.
They are. They're super fun. I do have to say, I will agree with what I've seen online, as they are slightly janky, but hey, you know what? I'm still going to play. I'm still intrigued by it. And so far, it hasn't been too bad.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
So, other than that, I think this is going to be a micro episode.
Goodness gracious.
And with that, I think we will get back to,
next weekend.
I think I'm going to wind some yarn. And we will talk to you all probably next week, and probably from the boat. Talk to you all
from
there.
the boat than from Mary Ann's.
Well, we will talk to you all next week.
All right. Bye-bye.